Oh Lord, make this work. Oh. Hello. Okay, so the quality on Facebook may not be that great. Hi, Julie. Good night, guys. Good night, and welcome to Hair Talks. So, I'm just waiting for a few more people to come on, and then I will start. Thank you, Julie. Thanks for the compliments. Right, so tell a friend, invite someone to come into the room. You could share the live stream. This is all new to me. Just trying to go live on multiple devices. But I would learn as I go along. I will learn as I go along. And thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I really appreciate it. So I'm live on Instagram. The quality on Instagram is a lot better. My Instagram account is just_curls, JUS_curls. And I am also live on Facebook. On Carla Beckles, my personal account on Facebook. I was supposed to be going live on YouTube, but I am still navigating all of these different devices. So what I will do is upload tonight's discussion when I'm finished, and from next week I will be going live on YouTube as well. So welcome to Hair Talks. Welcome to Hair Talks. Just to give you a bit of history on what this program is about. So in the past, I've been doing my hair products. Some of you are very, very familiar with my hair products. This is one of the products from my line, from the Just Curls original line. So I have been doing my hair products, and in the past, persons have told me, that my hairline is connected to my ministry and what I'm supposed to be doing and that kind of thing. And I never really, took it seriously. But I had it in the back of my mind. And last year, 2023 was a year. Oh my gosh, it was a difficult year, the most difficult year that I think I've ever faced. And coming to the end of the year, this name Hair Talks just kind of came to me, and I was like, Hair Talks. Okay, so I have a hair brand. What would Hair Talks entail? And I talked to God about it, like, Lord, what should I do? And should I do this program? What should I say to people? What should it be about? And because of what I went through last year, lo and behold, my name is Carla. My first name is Carla. 2 Carlas, not one but 2 Carlas, called me concerning the exact same thing I was going through last year, to get advice. And I said, you know what, Lord, this is you, so I am going to do hair talks. So here I am today. I'm starting today, and I hope you all continue on this journey. I think this is going to help a lot of people. Me share my personal experiences in life. We can all share together. You all can ask questions. I saw Julie, she's asking, did you use a chemist to formulate your products? At the start, I didn't. It was just me tinkering in the kitchen, but I have partnered with a chemist over the years to ensure that the products that I present are healthy and are safe. And my line is all natural products, by the way. I don't use chemicals. I just needed a chemist in terms of combining some of the oils and shea butters and that kind of thing, because some of the ingredients obviously would have had water and oil and water being mixed. You know how that goes. Yeah, so welcome in the room. You're live, Hair Talks. My name is Carla Beckles. I am the founder and owner of Just Curls. So, as I said, we are live on Instagram tonight. We are live on Facebook. It's going to be posted on YouTube. And you all could go over to my YouTube page. It's Hair Talks as well. And you all could rewatch this segment. And from next week, we'll be live on YouTube as well. So, let's get into it. So while I'm doing this talk, so you all see my fro. So I'm going to be actually combing down my fro tonight because I have work in the morning. And I just wanted to be a little more tamed. So while I'm chatting with you, I'm going to be doing my hair. I'm going to be using my Just Curls moisturizer. This is for adults. And I'm also going to be using the Just Curls original hair oil for this comb out and twist out while we chat. And just regular old water. So 2023. For those of you who are new, my 2023 was very difficult. I would just say difficult. So I got married at the end of 2021, December of 2021. And my marriage lasted exactly a year. So all of 2022. So at the beginning of 2023, I was separated of January 2023. And I mean, it didn't come as a surprise. It didn't come as a shock or anything like that. But it was a disappointment because all of my 2022, it was difficult. I mean, when I tell you I was married for a year, but it was the most difficult year of my life that I've ever experienced. And I actually prayed and asked God to deliver me from that situation because it was so terrible that I was getting sick physically, you know. And so I was separated in January and actually was served with divorce papers somewhere in July. Went through that divorce process, so I am officially divorced, a divorcee. And actually this is my second divorce. So all of 2023 was a bit difficult for me trying to put things into perspective. Me being a Christian, me being somebody who served God, me, you know, the second time around, because the first time around I wouldn't say I was a Christian. I was in church, but I was young. I got married at the age of 20, you know, and I wasn't ready. We weren't ready. But this time around, because I was a believer, I'm a Christian, I said to myself, you know what, let me try and do things the right way, wait on God, trust God, and because I believe in marriage, even though my first time around, didn't work out, it didn't deter me from wanting to seek a godly marriage and that kind of thing. So yeah, I got married in December of 2021, and 2022 for me, it was a battle in terms of just everything deteriorated so quickly in my marriage. And me being a believer, I was trusting God, I was praying and fasting, did the counseling thing, and nothing seemed to help. And I just want to set the record straight. This is not a live or segment for me to defame anybody or to throw punches even at my ex-husband, but this is just me doing what I believe I'm called to do. For those who know me, God has given me this extraordinary ability to talk about myself, to talk about my struggles, to talk about what I've been through, because I believe I've long been delivered from people. So for me, it doesn't matter what people might say. I just do what God requires of me. So as I said, I went through 2022 in that marriage for the year, and it was very difficult. It took a toll on me spiritually, mentally, physically, and we did split up in January. And when it came, it wasn't a surprise. However, I think I went through some stages. I think a separation, let alone a divorce, is like the death of someone, and you go through stages of grief. You go through stages of grief. And I think the biggest takeaway for me at the beginning of 2023 was I was really upset with God. Reason being, I thought that I had prepared myself well for marriage. I thought that I had taken all the necessary steps. I thought I had prayed and fasted enough. I had listened to every Miles Monroe sermon on marriage, read every book I could read, and told myself, I was ready. I was ready, and I couldn't understand. I kept questioning God as to why. Why would this happen to somebody who loves you, who is serving you, who is doing all that she could do within her power, to glorify you and to honor you. And so I went through the early phases. For the first 6 months of 2023, I was, still active in church, doing what I had to do. But then there came a point where I think my resentment became so great. And just being honest here, my resentment became so great even towards God, because I couldn't understand why it happened to me. I just believed that I was doing everything right and that God was supposed to honor that. And I couldn't understand why. And I felt a sense of shame and a sense of not being accomplished, this being my second time around. I thought that, it would have been smooth sailing. I would have learned from mistakes of the past, and everything would have been good, And especially seeing that I was a Christian, my ex-husband was a Christian, so I just purely believed on that principle alone that everything would have been hunky-dory, so to speak. So as you see, I'm combing down my afro. My hair isn't as thick as you all might think it is. Yes. So I was disappointed. I was angry at God and stuff like that. And throughout that first 6 months, what was happening was that my ex-husband at that time, he, was doing the most, saying what he had to say about me, calling people, basically dragging my name. And I remember questioning God as to why would he allow that to happen. And I really wanted to respond. And I remember God saying to me, no, be quiet, be silent, leave it alone. Do not respond to any allegation. Do not respond to any rumor. And I remember there were days I would sit and cry when people would call and say, well, he said so and so, he said this about you. And I know it wasn't true. And I couldn't defend myself, and I wanted to know, like, God, why aren't you defending me? I wanted to call brimstone and fire upon his head, honestly. So in my mind, I wish like God would have struck him down when he lied or said something that was untrue. And in that moment, God told me to be quiet, and I had to be quiet. I had no choice. Because I try my best to be obedient to whatever God is telling me to do. So I was quiet, and I said nothing, and I cried, and I didn't call anybody to complain. I just took it, and it was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow, but I rolled with the punches. And then when the divorce papers actually came, I remember that morning I got up, because I was like, after 8 months of that or so, I was like, Lord, I am tired. I think I should call it quits. And I remember I got up that morning, and I was like, I'm going to the court, so I'm going to file for a divorce. And that morning when I got up, I got a call that I was going to be served divorce papers. And I really didn't know how to feel about it. Because on the one hand, while I wasn't happy for that entire year of the marriage, I don't know, somewhere in the back of my mind, you're still probably trusting, hoping, believing that God will work it out, that something miraculous will happen. And it didn't. So there was a second wave of disappointment, a second wave of, beating up on Daddy and saying, God, why you didn't do this, or why you didn't do that. When I went through the process of the divorce, and it was finalized last year, and then I just started to sit and just really think about the whole process, from the dating, from everything. I just started to sit and think, and ask God to show me where I went wrong. I started to take my focus off of him and kind of shift it to me, to see where I went wrong, what I could have done differently, and that sort of thing. And I remember one of the first things that I noted, that I came up with, and this was in the dating stages. Now, as a Christian woman, you decide to get married, you're in church, you meet somebody in church, and they're like, yeah, boy, he in church, he come to church every Sunday, he could read the Bible back to front, he could speak in tongues. Yeah, man of God, you're ready. You're ready for the wedding dress, you're ready for the ring, you're ready to say, I do. And I started to look at even the dating stages. And if I am to be honest with myself, I had to take a lot of blame for what I endured for that year. Because I believe that I got so many signs in that dating phase. But because I, was focusing on my age, I was in my 40s, and thinking that time was running away, I decided, just ignore the signs. Ignore it. Probably when I get married, things will work out. Things might be different. Things will change. You know, I could pray him through, I could fast him through, I could pray it through. And then I didn't, even with those things and getting married, when they magnify themselves, I was not ready. I really wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I really, really wasn't prepared. And I just want to say to my sisters, even my brothers out there, that if your desire is to be married, it's not just about finding a Christian wife or Christian husband. It's a lot deeper than that. You have to pay attention. You have to consult the Holy Spirit, because I, honestly speaking, did not consult. I just said, okay, he's in church, seems to love the Lord, he knows the Bible, and that's it. That was enough to convince me. So, just a heads up, just a word of advice, that you do due diligence, that you really seek the Holy Spirit, that you really spend time getting to know a person, look for the signs before you commit. And the thing about it, my marriage, it wasn't, because normally I would say, okay, if a person cheats on me, that's it, that's the end of marriage and stuff. But the craziest thing is that my marriage didn't have that. It wasn't based on the person being unfaithful or anything like that. You wouldn't believe that it's finances. Finances is like, it was the major thing that caused our marriage to deteriorate so rapidly, and I couldn't even understand it for the life of me. And like, let me just give an example. So when we were dating, a few months into dating, because we are both adults, we are grown, and we should know what we want, we decided to do a joint account. So we went to Unit Trust, and we opened an account. And in doing so, we would put money every month, the same amount. I would put the same amount, he would put the same amount, we would put the same amount every month. And we did that for about 4 months. And then I needed to get tires for my car. So he was like, let's go take out money from the account, and you could get the tires that you need and that kind of thing. And we went to a few tire shops. And while we were at the tire shops, he was being manly. He was being very chivalrous, like, anything for my baby, the best for my baby. When he talking to whoever the person was in the dealership, he was upfront, he was being the man. And after we bought the tires, and I came home, he said to me that the money that was spent was from my part of the savings. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean it's from my part of the savings? And he actually calculated, this is what you put, this is why I put mine. We were paying equal amounts. And what was spent on the tires was from your part. And I remember saying to him, if that was the intention of us doing the joint account, it should have been stated from the inception. Because in my mind, if he needed something that was over the amount that he had put into the account, it would not have been a problem on my part. But I didn't realize how he was thinking. And so mind you, that whole joint accounting went out the door as quickly as it came, because for me it didn't make sense if I still had to pay my own way, so to speak. It didn't make sense having a joint account with you. And from then on, it just, that whole financial thing, it just spiraled. Even in terms of me being a homeowner, he wasn't a homeowner, he was renting. But things that were being said, like, that is your home. You're not wanting to do anything because it's my home. And essentially, I got married but was single. That's how I put it. I was married but single for that year. Because financially, I still had to do it all for myself. No help was afforded. Because in his mind, the home was not his. So I had to pay my mortgage by myself, pay lights by myself, pay water bills by myself. Everything I had to do by myself. So that's where the problem came. So it wasn't a case of anybody was unfaithful, but sometimes we think that those are the only problems that could cause a marriage to deteriorate. But there is so much more. And so that was like one of the things, and there were several other red flags that I would have seen concerning finances very early on. But again, because of wanting to be married, because of thinking that time was against me, I turned a blind eye to it. I remember telling somebody, I said back in the days, because back in the days, I was a fatter girl. I telling the person, I say, back in the days when you go in the savannah and the big flags, I say I saw a flag so big, and ignored it because I thought I had the capacity to pray through, because prayer changes everything. That kind of way. But no, it didn't work out that way for me. It really, really didn't work out that way. So last year, 2023, I took some time off from even really focusing on my hair products. I just took some time to really get back into right standing with God, to clear my mind, to make sure that I wasn't harboring any hate or any animosity. It got to the point where I could have now pray for my ex-husband, which for me is a notable sign of healing, when you could really pray, and not just pray. You're praying witchcraft prayers, calling gloom and doom on the person and asking God to punish the person, like sincerely pray for the person. So that's what I took all of 2023 basically doing, just really, talking to God, trying to figure out, where do I go after this? How do I proceed? How do I view people? Does it make me bitter or better? How I'm going to use this experience to empower not only myself but other people. And lo and behold, Hair Talks, came to mind. And as I said last year, around October, when I was, thinking about it and asking the Lord, what should I do with this program? Should I really talk? I don't want it to come across as me bashing anybody or anything like that. I just want to genuinely share my journey, genuinely share stuff that's going to help heal people in 2024, that's going to help heal even marriages that might be on the brink, that people could listen and really check themselves and go back to the drawing board and do what's necessary. And as I said, I got 2 phone calls from 2 women named Carla. One was asking me about divorce and how do I cope with it, and then the other was asking me about getting remarried, and this would have been her second marriage. And at that time, I was able to share in a genuine way, and from a genuine place, a place of knowing, which I believe really helped those 2 individuals. So it's on that platform that I decided to launch out and really do Hair Talks. And this being my first live, I just wanted to kind of give you all the background of what happened in 2023, what I experienced in my own marriage, what happened with the separation and the divorce. I can't give you all in entirety tonight, but as we go along each Wednesday, I'm going to go through different facets, pull out different things that I believe would help other people to look at themselves, look at their relationships, and really seek to do better. That we would not make hasty decisions, that we would not go before God, that we would wait for Him to really lead us and to guide us and to show us what we ought to do. And if I am being really honest with myself, I know people, and as I say, I'm delivered from people. In COVID, God had me do like 3 or 4 lives that helped me be delivered from people. So for me, if people take information and talk, I already said it. It's out there, that kind of way. My aim and my goal is really to help people, to empower people, to help people get ready. Because my thing is, you really can't share from a point of not knowing or experiencing. That kind of way. And yes, while it is good to get counseling from people who have been married for years and who have stuck through it and stuff, while it is good, it's also good to hear the other perspective of what you could have done, what you could do differently, some of the things to look out for, and that kind of thing. So I believe that I have a lot that I could share and help with, and that this could be a place for open discussions moving forward. Yes, I will have guests on the program, and yes, I will try to upgrade and get the proper technology so you can see me clearly. And I hope that this will be the start of something beautiful where we could share ideas, bounce off each other, and help each other to grow in 2024 and to heal. Yeah, so this was me here tonight on Hair Talks. It was so good seeing those who logged on Facebook. I see my uncle is on Facebook. Hi, Uncle. I am seeing one of my sisters from my former church. Hi, Natalie. I'm seeing one of my girlfriends, Anissa. Hi, sweetie, on Facebook. I'm seeing on Instagram my cousin-in-law, Aquila. Hi, Aquila. I'm seeing Perth Plus, Blues Clues. So, hi, Uncle. Yes, my uncle calls me Nancy, guys. Yeah, that's my name. That's my home name. So it was so glad. I'm so glad I was able to come on tonight and just kind of let you all know where I'm going with this. Thank you all for staying on. I will be posting this to my YouTube page, which is Hair Talks on YouTube, so you could go back and look at it as well. And as I said, it will be every Wednesday. I will be bringing on other persons to share and to talk. You guys continue to pray for me, continue to keep me in your prayers. Hi, Shanique. I'm just doing what I believe God has laid on my heart to do for all my sisters, all my brothers, that we could really move forward in 2024 healed. Hi, Dawn. Hey, my school friend, Dawn. Hi. And I pray as I move forward that God gives me the ability to be honest, transparent with you guys, so you all could truly learn from my mistakes and not do the things that I did, make the same mistakes I made. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm going to finish comb out my hair because I have work in the morning. And we meet here again next Wednesday at 8 for Hair Talks. We'll have some structure next week in terms of a topic and that kind of thing. You all could feel free to send me anything that you all might want me to talk about or to share on. Feel free to message me privately. Let me know what your thoughts are, even in terms of the hair products and the styles, what hairstyle you might like to see me try, that kind of thing. And I just thank you all. So have the most amazing night. Okay, and continue to be blessed. Hi, Auntie Patsy. So, good night for now. Bye.